Oh, and now recorded.
Hi,
Hello,
everyone.
everyone.
Welcome. Welcome to Decoding Your Superpowers. I'm Teresa Lysum, and this is,
Linda Karchner.
and we
And
are,
we both have on our red
oh,
with
oh my
snowflakes.
God. I didn't even notice that. Yeah, I know. I have one like
Oh,
Christmas
right.
outfit, and I got to start wearing it because
Yep.
after December, like, you can't wear it anymore. You don't have a good excuse. And we didn't even give the memo to each other.
That's right. Didn't even plan it.
That's fun. But this is Decoding Your Superpowers. We get on once a week, generally, and we just like to talk about the concept of
Mhm.
our own brilliance and how you have your own brilliance, and we have our own unique way of being in the world. And there's nobody else on the planet like us. We're all
Mhm.
very unique, and we have our own superpowers or our own strengths. We are both certified coaches. I almost said strengths, but
Yeah.
certified coaches who can help people interpret their Gallup Strengths Report. So
Right.
we are, what are we? Eddie Via certified. I don't even remember the title.
Coaches. Yeah.
Coaches.
Eddie,
Eddie Via
EVCC,
certified
Eddie
coaches.
Via's certified coaches. I
Yes.
think he may have changed it to Unleash Your Strengths coaching now.
Okay.
Maybe.
So maybe that's what we are.
Yeah.
I like to call myself an empowerment coach
Yeah.
because I feel strengths and the concept of these
Hmm.
superpowers, which is the way I refer to them,
Hmm.
are very empowering. I mean, they have
Right.
empowered me in so
Hmm.
many ways. I probably
Hmm.
would not be here doing this if it
Oh,
wasn't
absolutely. Yeah.
the knowledge that I gained by
Hmm.
learning under Eddie. And it's been quite a few years now. I think 3 years since I've been certified. You were in the
Yeah, we were in the
same one as
same
me, so
cohort. Yeah,
it
I can't
might be
even.
four now. I don't know, three or
Yeah.
four. And we absolutely still love it. There's
Yeah.
still lots of nuances to that we
Hmm.
continue to learn,
Hmm.
and it never grows old.
Hmm.
So we come on every week, and we typically have a report that we look at,
Right.
and we basically on the fly, we figure it out in on live
Hmm.
in front of everybody and show and shine a light on that particular person's superpowers. And we always come to the same conclusion. Everybody is amazing.
Yeah.
Now, do they all use their superpowers and their strengths? Probably not.
Probably
But
not.
they're there, and they
Yeah.
probably are using them. They just don't realize
Hmm.
that their way of showing up is how they think. It's that makes them who they are. And they come so naturally, we don't realize they're kind of special to
Hmm.
us.
Hmm.
And they're special because of the way they're lined up for each of us. So
Right.
every person is, their strengths are lined up in a specific way, specific to them. There's nobody else on the planet that has that same lineup of strengths. So even though we all have the same 34,
Right. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It is the same exact list of 34
yes,
strengths, but it's the combination that the order that they're in that makes each of us infinitely unique.
infinitely unique. I love that phrase.
Yeah, me too. And we someone who's a math person, like we have the statistics that
Yes, we
Eddie has
do.
shared with us through the years. But if you try and figure out how many different ways 34 things can be arranged, it's gajillions.
Astronomical.
Yeah, there, that's a
Astronomical.
better word.
Astronomical. And it's so that literally, when you understand that, at least for me, that I am unique, there is nobody else on the planet like me.
Hmm.
I'm the only person that can offer the world what I have to
Right.
offer. It just like helps me make different decisions and
Hmm.
show up a little bit differently. How about for
Right.
you,
And
Linda?
yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I guess I don't think about that every day, but when I'm feeling discouraged or like kind of, doesn't matter this thing I'm doing, that's a great reminder to pull me back that I have something God-given that
Mm-hmm.
makes me a unique masterpiece, something that is a one of a kind, and I have a special mission to take my
Mm-hmm.
experiences and my strengths and put them together and share them with the world. And maybe it's going
Yes.
to affect, my little community, or maybe have a ripple effect into the greater good of the world. But whatever it is, I have something to contribute.
Yes, that is right. You said right there was impactful for me. Like, because I always felt I wasn't good enough.
Hmm.
Everybody else was better than me. I
Hmm.
didn't believe that I was worthy and had anything to share with the world that was
Hmm.
of value. So once I heard my strengths and understood them and was able to lean
Right.
into them, then my self-belief started to shift.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I am valuable. Maybe I am an important piece of the tapestry of every
Yeah,
other
I like the
person.
tapestry
And
metaphor. Hmm.
yeah, and we're all here to contribute in our own in our own way.
Hmm.
And I don't have to be like another person.
Right.
Like I'm very comparative. I
Hmm.
which I've learned I can't do because competition is in my bottom five, and
Same.
anything in
Same.
our bottom five is not good for us.
Yeah.
It's very draining. So when I
Uh-huh.
compare myself to others, it is draining and I
Yeah,
get
it is.
sad and I
Yeah,
can get
right.
very low energy.
Discouraged.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I
Discouraged.
don't
And
do anything.
exactly.
I don't
Exactly.
share my light with anybody
Yes, you're
because,
exactly right.
going like thinking of, and isn't it funny how you always think that if you were the opposite of the way you are, that's how you would make an impact? Like,
Yes.
look at the domains. So I thought that I needed to be an influencing in the influencing domain,
Mm-hmm.
outgoing, making an impression, always getting up, like kind of being entertaining, being the center of
Mm-hmm.
attention,
Mm-hmm.
or that I needed to be an executor, getting things done, making a list, sticking to it, being regimented, following a routine. And I don't do well at any of those things. I am a relationship builder. I love connecting with the people that God intended for me to connect with. And I'm a strategic thinker. I love, love, love learning and absorbing
Mm-hmm.
information and sharing that information with those right people who are ready to
Mm-hmm.
hear it or desire to hear it. And I have realized that I have gotten a lot done by doing that, by learning and thinking and sharing with the right people. And I have made an impact on
Mm-hmm.
my family, on our church, on our community by connecting with people and by thinking through things. Um, and so that's really neat, you
Yeah,
know?
to own that and
Yeah,
to celebrate that
right.
and to honor that because we
Hmm.
seem to, women in general, in our society at least,
Right, definitely.
seem to kind of be dismissive of our achievements and take a back step and like, oh, no, no. But I think we really do need to step up and own that because we do a lot of things. We do
Yeah.
a lot of things that are, like just if, especially as executors, those who are executors, like we
Hmm.
just are always doing things. But
Hmm.
we don't celebrate those achievements like
Right.
we probably really need to. So for us to acknowledge that for ourselves and for each other, I think is a huge positive step for all of us, giving other women permission to celebrate
Right.
their accomplishments.
Hmm.
And so I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah,
And,
I
and
think
I,
for me as a relationship builder, strategic thinker, and thinking specifically like of women, like I discounted because I saw my relationship building as a nurturing feminine
Yes.
quality that I
Yes. Yeah.
have. I'm a mom. I always wanted to be a mom. And so I
Mm-hmm.
am. We worked really hard so that I could have that dream.
Mm-hmm.
And so, mothering and nurturing and caring for people, but I would kind of dismiss that
Yes.
as because
Yes.
it's a woman thing. And it doesn't
Mm-hmm.
earn you much money.
Mm-hmm.
Even when I was earning money as a mental health therapist, it's not a very high paying job.
Yeah, that's a good
And
point.
then I dismissed my strategic thinking because it's not typically I'm smart. And that's not typically like the woman thing, the feminine thing, to be smart. And I love learning and I think deeply and I gather information. And people would always want to cheat off of me on
Oh.
tests because
Oh.
they knew that I would get it right.
Mm.
And so, that is like my harmony, one of my relationship building strengths would be in war with my responsibility
Oh.
and be like, no, 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 you can't do that. But anyway, so as a woman, I had these kind of conflicting, like I love the nurturing part of myself, but I would discount it. And I love the thinking smart part of myself, but I would discount that
Mm.
because one is womanly and one is not.
Yeah,
And
there
it's
you so you needed that
just kind of in
balance.
my own head of how I
Hmm.
perceived it. And as
Wow.
I've come to accept it more, that has been really helpful for me.
Mm. Wow, I love that. And I love that you, even back when you were younger,
Hmm.
those strategic thinking strengths
Hmm.
and nurturing strengths were playing out for you.
Yeah,
You just
absolutely.
didn't realize it.
Yeah, right. Didn't have a language for
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
And I
And now,
think for me, that's one of the most empowering things about Clifton Strengths. It gives you a language for yourself and to
hmm
share with other people to explain what you're driven by, your heart desire, your emotional driver, your mental, intellectual driver. It gives you that kind of language, and that is so beneficial.
which you just did. You just
Hmm.
used that language
Hmm.
to explain to us these two conflicting parts of yourself
Hmm. Hmm.
that you had no language to explain in the past.
Right.
So, yeah, that in and of itself, like you said, is a big gift.
Hmm.
That ability to communicate why you do what you do.
Hmm.
Well, I love to learn and I love
Hmm.
I mean, that's my strengths. Like you can just tell people, like,
Hmm.
this is what feeds me. This is what
Right.
energizes me.
Right.
This is why I'm like that. So you can
Hmm.
actually share with others why you made a particular decision or why you didn't make a particular decision.
Yeah.
Well, my harmony was kind of keeping me from moving in that direction. Like you could
Right.
actually state that and
Hmm.
explain to others why you chose the way you did. That's
Hmm.
like you said, the beauty of understanding our own superpowers
Hmm.
is that
Absolutely.
languaging. And we're able to articulate who we are because we can kind of understand who we are. Like I've spent a good part of my life trying to figure out who I am
Hmm.
because like you said, you have these conflicting things going on for you. We play
Hmm.
different roles as
Hmm.
women. We wear so many hats. I remember thinking after when I retired and the kids were on their own and like, who am I? Like, I don't
Yeah.
even know.
Right.
I don't know who I am.
Uh-huh.
And so I was on a journey to figure that out.
Hmm.
And then when I understood and learned about this whole strengths concept, it just like bumped me up exponentially into
Hmm.
understanding who I am. And
Hmm.
now I can lean into them. So even though you do look at your results and you might have us explain them, it's
Hmm.
still, I think it takes a little bit more depth, a little bit more deep
Does.
work to
Hmm.
really benefit from that knowledge and that understanding even more about your strengths.
Right. It helps to dive into the strengths to integrate it.
There you go. Good.
Eddie
That's
used to
good.
use the word inculcate.
Yes.
Remember when he used
Yes.
that?
Yep.
He
Love that
used that a
word.
lot. And it was like, oh, indoctrinate? No, inculcate. It's like you're getting steeped in it.
Yes.
You're
Yes.
kind of marinating in it.
Yes. Love
And
that.
we did that and we continue to do that.
Hmm.
And we every once in a while we'll find a new resource like I shared with our mentor group a little bit ago, someone else out in the world who's applying Clifton strengths to their niche. And it's just
Hmm.
exciting to see that. It's not
Yeah.
my niche, but it's exciting to see how it just proves our point that your
Hmm.
Clifton strengths are about how you do everything.
Yes.
Everything.
Unbeknownst to
So,
you or not,
yeah, right?
whether you know it or not, you are playing out your strengths or your superpowers. But
Mm-hmm.
it's really fun to know,
Mm-hmm.
to see when one of your
Yeah.
strengths is bubbling up. Like you were talking about like you felt your nurturing strengths
Yeah.
were those soft skills, those soft
Mm-hmm.
strengths
Mm-hmm.
were not really of importance. Like
Right.
you didn't get a lot of money for them, even though we should as
Yeah,
moms, but
absolutely.
but we
Teachers and
are
therapists
right.
should.
And our society attaches money
Uh-huh.
and that gives something value.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, and I don't want to go down the rabbit hole of
Yeah.
what particular career field should be making more money if
Mm-hmm.
that's how we truly think that money
Right.
attached to something gives it
Yeah.
more value. Because there are certainly some things that a lot of money is attached to that, like, oh no, like that is
Yeah. We're not going to talk about
right, right. But we
sports.
won't go
We
there.
won't go there.
But I have always been a positive, upbeat
Hmm.
person. And I was like, okay, that's a nice thing. Like, okay. But
Yeah.
again, I dismissed it,
Right.
thinking it was just a soft skill, it was just good for me. It didn't really
Hmm.
impact anybody.
Hmm.
And not until I learned and understood that it was one of my superpowers
Hmm.
and a
Yeah.
very high one
Hmm.
that I understood, like, oh, like I can help other people with that positivity strength. Like, not
Right.
everybody can see the world from that perspective
Mhm.
of being positive and everything's going to work out. And I want to uplift you. And, like
Mhm.
people don't have that ability. And
Right.
I can offer that for them and I can hold that energy for them. So now I've reversed the way I think about it.
Hmm.
And to me, it's a power. It is a superpower.
Hmm.
And I
Yeah.
use it as a superpower.
Right.
So people can lean on me when they're thinking the world's going to hell in a handbasket,
Right.
which is a really old phrase.
It is.
But like, nah, no, I don't see it that way. My
Hmm.
perspective is this. And then I can present that more positive
Hmm.
perspective because there's a lot of people that just can't do it for
Yeah.
themselves.
Yeah.
So
One
it
of
is
the
power.
one of the gentlemen in our church, he was one of the first people who we had done the Clifton Strengths assessment with. He was on the leadership time. He has positivity at number one.
Mm,
And he made a comment in church on Sunday about, I forget if it was church or Sunday school, but how people who don't see the positive side of things just aren't looking. So it comes
mm-hmm.
easily to him,
Yeah.
but kind of what he was saying was as Christians in our community, we should see the positive. We
Mm.
should see the blessings and be thankful. And so, I think he made a really good point. But positivity is definitely a superpower for him.
And again, he can be the example. He can be the
Yes.
light
Mm-hmm.
that other people can look to when they're not
Yeah.
feeling it,
Right. Yeah,
because their positivity might be down in their bottom
right.
five.
He and another lady in our church who also has positivity high are kind of our poster children for
Mm,
positivity. And people do look to them for
mm.
that glimmer of hope when
Yeah,
things are
see, and
dark.
and it's nothing to poo-poo. It's
No,
definitely
it
a strength
is.
to lean into,
Yeah.
which is another point I want to get across. Some of these strengths, like empathy, I remember a gentleman who had empathy at number one. And
Mm-hmm.
I could see he was struggling
Mm,
internally with
mm-hmm.
knowing that. And
No.
he might have been the owner of a construction company, some really
Okay.
masculine thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think he was struggling like you were with
Yeah.
your nurturing and your
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
thinking, because he probably was seeing empathy as a soft,
Right.
feminine
Mm-hmm.
skill set or a superpower, and he just didn't know how to handle it. Now, I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. I just that's my story that I made
Yeah.
up about it,
Yeah.
but it just looked to me like that was part of his struggle.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But hopefully he learned to lean into it and used it in a
Right.
way that amplified his ownership, his leadership, his, skill as a business
Right.
person,
Mm-hmm.
and not just dismiss something because society has taught us or led us to believe that something is
Mm-hmm.
not an important
Right.
skill or it's too feminine or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, who
Right.
determines that stuff?
Right. And I know a lot of women have trouble having command high.
Mm,
And one of our fellow coaches has command at number 5, and she's a woman, and she struggled with it a bit. Because whoever society says that
yes.
women are bossy if they have,
Yeah. Yeah.
and when I have command low, when I tell people what to do in a crisis situation and have to be like that, I come across as bossy
Hmm.
because it's not a strength. But someone who has it high, who has it as a superpower, it flows for them.
Yeah.
And
And again,
when you
that all comes from understanding
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
and be able to articulate and really just think about like how does it show up for me? And how can I lean into that? How can I amplify that? So I remember hearing this statement that the strengths are potentialities, they're
mm,
potentials.
okay,
So we might have them, but if we're
mm-hmm,
not using them,
right,
like I'm just going to use empathy with this
mm-hmm,
person. If he
right,
was not using it, then it was nothing that was serving him like it could have.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
And it was just languishing there. And I know I
yeah,
have a few strengths that maybe I don't really allow to surface like I should.
yeah,
I didn't fully understand restorative at one point in my,
right, right,
and like, what is this? Like, I don't even get it. Like, I did not see
mm-hmm,
myself as a person of high restorative, which is a problem solving strength, like
yeah.
a person who can quickly assess a situation.
Your positivity probably, like I said about my harmony and responsibility kind of conflicted. Your positivity and your restorative may be conflicted a little
That could be.
because restorative is seeing what's broken
Right,
and
right.
positivity is seeing the glass is full and
Which they don't
flowing
see anything
over.
broken.
Yeah, what's
So
broken?
that could very well be now that you
maybe
mention it.
maybe that was part of it.
But that was just one strength that it took me a while to
Hmm.
understand it, notice it in my
Hmm.
life. And then I learned to appreciate it and lean into it. Like,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah, I can do that.
Hmm.
Like, I can see the different things that could improve this situation and
Hmm.
fix some of these
Hmm.
things. Like, so
With a positive slant.
yeah, so I really learned to lean into it, but it took me a while.
Hmm.
So so I did take that was in my first report. I have taken the assessment a second time.
Yeah.
Years later, I took it a second time because I felt I had changed
Hmm.
in a
Hmm.
way that it was just a little bit different. So out of curiosity, I took the assessment a second time and was delightfully surprised on different levels as to
Hmm.
what it showed.
Hmm.
Now, people debate either, it's a good thing to take it, it's don't ever take it again. Like that's up for every person to
Hmm.
decide for themselves. But um, that restorative that I had learned to love and lean into
Yeah.
dropped. It
Interesting.
dropped out of my top 10 and I was sad.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, like
Uh-huh.
I took so much time and effort to appreciate that and use it with some intention. And now it's, I mean, not that I don't use it,
Yeah.
it just was not as important to me as it had
Hmm.
been
Hmm.
in the
Wasn't as
past. I was
energizing.
little bit sad about that. I
Yeah.
remember like, why am I sad about that? But I
Right.
was. Even now, I'm like, oh, I kind of miss it.
Uh-huh.
But for the core of my, so we focus on the top 10. I like to call that our zone of genius. But the top 10 pretty much stayed the same. So
Hmm.
I'm going to say there was 7 or 8 strengths that stayed the same. They
Hmm.
just reshuffled maybe a little bit.
Hmm.
1 or 2 moved down out of the 10, and then 1 or 2 moved up that surprised me as well. So like I said, it surprised me in different ways.
Hmm.
But for the
Hmm.
core of it to remain the
Yeah.
same
The
was
bulk of
telling
it.
me that's me. Like that
Yeah.
is who my
Right.
essence is.
Right. Yeah.
That is that's never going to change, even though
Hmm.
I've changed a little bit and my priorities have shifted and
Hmm.
how I'm showing up in the world has shifted, but the basic core foundation of me is still the same. My positivity was still high.
Hmm. Hmm.
My harmony was still high. My
Hmm.
learner was still high. I still
Hmm.
love to learn. So it was really eye-opening. I'm really glad that I did that.
Hmm. Yeah, it's good information to have.
It definitely is. Just more self-awareness. I think the more
Hmm.
self-aware we are, the
Right.
better version of ourselves we are,
Hmm.
the better we can be for other people.
Hmm. Yeah.
And I
Yeah,
really wish I had
absolutely.
learned this earlier in my life than I did, you know. But that's okay. I know it now, and I want to
Right.
help other people know theirs.
Hmm.
And
And you're in a position now, maybe that you weren't in back then,
correct,
to be able
correct.
to share this and utilize
Yeah,
the internet and
yeah, that is so true. I was just going to finish up with something, and it will come back to me.
mm,
But I do want to say that both Linda and I share similar strengths.
hmm. Hmm.
We both have our dominant domain is being a relationship builder. So both do everything in a way that honors our desire to connect with the right people.
Hmm.
And then we also both love to do everything in a way that honors our desire to think, learn, and create. That's
Hmm.
our strategic thinking domain. So they're
Right.
both dominant for us. I mean, one's a little heavier than the other one,
Hmm.
but yet they still show up and play out differently for each of us
Right.
because we have some other ones woven in there. They're in a different order. So even though we are similar in many things, we're
Right.
still different in many things as
And
well.
don't we have the same exact five bottom strengths, but in different order?
We do. I believe they're,
Isn't
yeah,
that funny?
very, very close. But again, we're infinitely unique,
Yeah, it
and
makes a
there's nobody
difference.
else on the planet like neither of us.
Right.
And if we can remember that about each and every person that we encounter,
Hmm.
like they're infinitely unique, they're
Hmm.
unique, they're
Hmm.
unique. That guy that
Hmm.
just cut me off, he's
Yeah.
unique, like,
He is definitely not living in his strengths.
right, which is a possibility.
Hmm.
But just that has helped me in so many ways to understand that we're all brilliant. We're all unique. We all have our own superpowers. And I need to at least acknowledge that,
Right.
if not
Right.
honor that,
Hmm.
and try to appreciate it. That they're not my right people, possibly,
Yeah, could be.
because we all
Right.
define that for ourselves, especially
Right.
as a relationship builder.
Hmm.
But that's okay. I can let them be their own person and, just do it over there.
Yeah.
Don't do it over here by me.
Right.
But I know you're unique somehow, but
You're
I
right. Do it in your own space. Be
right,
unique in
right.
your own space.
Right. Love that. Yep.
Yeah.
We all do it our own way.
Yeah.
It's liberating, it's empowering, and both of us as coaches now, we want that feeling to happen to other people. We want other
Yes.
people to
Yeah.
have that same feeling, like feel empowered, see themselves
Hmm.
from a better perspective,
Hmm.
and step into that next best version of themselves once they
I
understand and
I
own
get
who
so
they are.
tickled when I'm working with a client and they get this look on their face
Hmm.
like, are you reading my mind? Are you reading
Yes,
my
yes,
journal?
yes, yes, yes,
I'm
yeah.
like, no, you are getting in touch with, you answered the questions. I didn't answer the questions. You answered the questions. And this assessment is so accurate. And even
Yes,
if there's a strength like we talked about that you kind of don't see why it's as high or as low as it is, as you get to some more understanding, it makes more sense.
yes,
And
yes.
one of
It
the key
certainly
factors
does.
is, does that thing, does doing things that way energize you?
Hmm.
Does it light you up? Is it a superpower or is it kryptonite?
Yeah, yeah.
And, like for me, empathy is shocked me that it was number 30.
Me too.
Shocked me because I'm a therapist. I'm a
Hmm.
nurturing mama. But empathy drains the life out of me. When I walk a mile in someone else's shoes, it kills me because it's usually a troubled situation that I'm walking a mile in their shoes and it just sucks the life out of me.
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
that was such a revelation for me.
I had a similar experience when I saw that. Mine was low as well.
Yeah.
And I felt really bad about myself for a while.
Yeah.
Like, what?
What's wrong with this
Like
test?
I was a good mama and I
Yeah.
love people and I can be compassionate and
Yeah.
but I saw that and I was judging myself.
Yeah.
But like you said, I understand now, like, oh, I can empathize with you if you
Right.
explain to me what you're feeling, but
Hmm.
I can't take your feelings on. I
Yeah.
can't walk in your shoes and feel what you're feeling, which is what a high empathy person can, but
Hmm.
I can understand it if
Hmm.
you share with me and I
Hmm.
can be
Right.
compassionate. But it did
Right.
take me some time to understand that
Hmm.
and not see it as a negative, but see it as a positive. Because, that's what I do.
Right.
So I think we do have to wrap it up. I think
We
we went a
should.
little
Yep.
bit long. We apologize, but, once we
Yeah.
get on this train, we don't want to jump off.
Exactly. It's too much fun.
It is fun. So
The
if it,
Strengths Express
oh, I love
instead
that.
of the Polar Express.
So if you want to jump on with us,
Yeah.
oh, I'm going to call it the Superpower Express.
Yeah, there you go.
If
I
you want
love
to
that.
jump on with us, we would love to have you. We'd love to speak with you. I know we
Hmm.
both have complimentary time that
Hmm.
you can book with us and we
Hmm.
could,
Hmm.
kind of talk with you. You can certainly take the assessment on your own and send us the report. There's lots of different ways that we can connect with you and
Right.
work with you and help you have some insights just like we've had in our life and just
And we
feel
can
so good.
feature you as a spotlight
Yeah.
guest on
Yes.
during this time if you want to hop on with us and have
Hmm.
a little give and take about what your strengths are and do the full unlock the full 34. We always say that.
Yes. Yes.
The top 5 is rich, but it's just the tip of the iceberg.
Yes, you want access to all of
Yeah.
your strengths. And we do
Yeah.
refer to them as strengths. There are no weaknesses in that report. They're just
Hmm.
in different locations with
Right.
different energy to them. So
Right.
yes, you can send us your report, get it over to us. We can just talk about you without you being with us. That
Hmm.
would be fine
Send you
too.
the recording.
We'll send you the recording.
Hmm.
And if you know of anybody who would benefit from hearing this information, please
Yes.
share this episode with
Absolutely.
them. Like, subscribe, do all the things,
Hmm.
and look for us again next week so we can geek out again next week with
Yeah.
a different topic, but still all centered in that superpower, those strengths
Hmm.
concepts.
Yeah.
because that's what we love.
Yeah.
All right, my friend Linda, thank you so much.
Yeah.
We
Thank
appreciate
you.
you. Everybody listening in, we appreciate you.
Yeah.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Take
You have
care.
a great rest of your day. See you next time. Bye
Bye,
bye.
everyone.